You're tuned into news across the galaxy where they talk all things LA Galaxy with the Nag Boys. Let's start nagging.
What a ball for Ricky Peach.
News across the galaxy. Keep on nagging, guys. Your six-time MLS Cup champion, LA Galaxy.
Damn, that's the second week in a row I forget to come up with an intro. I guess you could say I dropped the ball on that one.
Eddie, was it the best of times? Was it the blurst of times again?
Oh man,
2 weeks in a row?
That joke just went over everybody's head. Welcome to News Across the Galaxy, where we talk all things LA Galaxy. My name is Eddie. As always, we got all the way from Blurstland over there. Edgar, what up, Edgar?
That's what's up.
Huh? I see you can't handle the emotions you're going through. And to my left, I got Guti Gutiño. What's up, Guti? Yeah, exactly. And on the ones and twos, El Chuyazo. ¿Qué onda, Chuyazo?
¿Qué rollo, qué rollo?
Not much, bro. Just trying to get a grip on what happened yesterday. I just can't put my finger on it. Anyway,
I want to give you a terms, but no.
can I at least get a hand? Hey. Anyways, that's enough. That's enough. Those jokes are all keepers, but it's all good. Guys, thanks, dude. I take that. There is, I think we know what the hot topic is going to be tonight. We're going to get there eventually. There's maybe some housekeeping we got to take care of. Maybe some corrections, of that Edgar needs to address here. How dare you? How dare you use the LA Galaxy website as your source?
Okay.
I'm talking about the Bibu transfer.
Okay, go ahead, Eddie. Set us straight.
No. For whatever reason, no. I actually, it's funny because I was just giving you a hard time, but I did hear that the Galaxy did put it on there, but the inaccurate part is that we do not get an international slot back because Bibu is actually with Ventura County. So with that, yeah, we get nothing back. It's just I assume we still get the money.
You get nothing.
We got Cena, bro. You get nothing. So that's all. I just wanted to bring that to you guys' attention because, people are going to get excited. We got an international spot. Somebody's coming. Nobody's coming. And the funny thing is that when and if Ricky comes back this season, we still have to get an international spot. So that's going to be interesting. Maybe that's what the trade was for. I mean, the sale was for, right? To make money in order to buy international spot.
Yeah, probably. Moving on.
Everyone's so quiet today. What the hell? Is there any other housekeeping that you can think of before we had to get to this? How about, did you get there early to the game, Edgar, by any chance?
Did you enjoy your churros like you did?
Did you enjoy your first ever churro fest before the churro fest we saw on the field?
No, unfortunately I did not get my churro. I was too busy talking to a bunch of people about just random stuff because I'm a social creature, I guess. And by the time I walked in, I forgot there was even a churro fest because I didn't see anybody eating churros until sometime in the middle of the game. I did see a churro girl go down like some aisle and she was throwing churros at people. And I legit saw some guy like on his phone like this and a churro like smacked him on the side of the head.
Lucky.
That's something out of The Simpsons, like the peanut guy, the baseball game.
You got, me dieron un churrazo en el partido. Like, oh, watch out.
Oh,
Tranquilo, friend.
oh. Well, I didn't get there early either. Didn't get to enjoy any Churro Fest. Took the lovely shuttle. If nobody's taking the shuttle, the Galaxy Express, you guys should do that. Save yourself $40 or $30
How
or
safe
however
is it,
much.
Eddie?
Very safe.
Very safe. Except the fucking potholes right before you go in.
Oh, that's right. When you go to that park, right?
I smacked the shit. No, right before. Like,
So we went to the Del Amo station.
yeah.
And I guess before you go into the parking lot, there's like this big pothole, bro, and this dude literally hits it. Like it sounded so nasty. He started almost crying.
Almost. I did.
I'd be scared too, bro.
I was
Yeah,
trying like Vin Diesel, bro, and
pretty
then
bad.
bam! I just fucking hit the shit out of that fucking mall,
That street
bro.
is messed up, bro. Del Amo Boulevard is one messed up street.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as Alameda though.
So the shuttle is great. Careful with the potholes. That's
Getting there.
Getting there.
Getting there.
Yeah, it's right after the train tracks.
Mhm.
That
Right after.
that hurt. What a bad night.
I do want to say though, walking around before the game, everybody was really, really cool, friendly. A lot of people were very kind. They had a lot of kind words about not just like the midweek show, but just NAG in general. They're like, "Thank you so much, and you guys are doing a great job."
He's already laughing. He doesn't like. He doesn't. No. Sorry. I think we remembered at the exact same time, and you'll see right now why.
Okay. Oh, take it away. I
No,
know what
sorry,
you're talking
because
about.
as soon as you're saying the comments about the show, we were walking and some guy like, "Hey, what's up, man? You're from that show. You're from La Cuna, right?" I'm like, La Cuna, right? I'm like, no, La Cuna, right? Like, just stop. Oh, no, but
Actually,
we're just like dying laughing though as we're walking away. We're like,
Oh, man.
But shout out to La Cuna, the homies.
Here's something that make you happy, Eddie. I was chit chatting with Manny and the Outlaws, and then some dude came up to me and was like, "Hey, what's up, Eddie?" And he he dapped me up and everything. And Bryant was within earshot, and Bryant heard him, and he just turned around and he started laughing. He's like, "Not to be confused."
He wishes. Oh my god, that's as good as the night got, right?
Yeah.
Before we get into it though, let's talk about how we felt before when we were going into the game. Before we saw the lineups, before everything, given the form the team was in, Orlando being the top scoring team in the league, I believe, right? If I'm not mistaken, Edgar.
Yeah, they've scored more goals than anybody, but they've also given up a ton of goals.
Right, and I mean, with those things being said, how were you guys feeling going into this game? I can tell you right now, real quick, I get mine out of the way. I thought we were gonna lose because I didn't. I could see us. I couldn't see us scoring more than one. And if this was the highest scoring team in the league, and I have respect for Pareja as well, so yeah, I thought it was gonna be like a 2-3-1 loss.
No, I actually made my prediction. I thought we were going to win this match. Even after the starting lineup, I still felt we were going to win this match. So,
Sucker.
I mean, up until everything that played out in the second half, I still felt we were going to win this match. And then, yeah.
I know. I was gonna ask. Oh, Adam, $2. Thank you, sir. Hey guys, is it JT Markowski?
Marcinkowski.
Mike
What is wrong with you guys?
Sowski. Hey, is he with Ventura County? I actually don't know.
I think he's like in limbo.
Where's Mike Zazowski at?
He was
Mike
marked as
Wachowski.
injured, but I don't know what team he's in either.
Yeah, that dude's been hurt for like an
A year now.
eternity.
Like it was born hurt.
I mean, when he was good. He was good. He was good for the Smurfs. But
I can't say I remember him, but I keep hearing that.
no, I remember him. He was
Yeah,
good.
He was good.
I spoke to our friend who covers Saz. He covers the Smurfs, and he said like, you guys got a good goalkeeper if he can stay healthy. And well,
This
whatever.
is
I mean, I'm looking him up right now. Officially, he's on the LA Galaxy roster. He's there on their on their website and everything. So he's not with Ventura County FC at the moment. He's just there somewhere like in a broom closet somewhere in the back.
well. This is where my professionalism comes in. I don't even know what kind of injury he had dealt with. I'm assuming like an ACL type thing or something. Because if it's
I
a
think
whole year,
it's either Achilles or knee injury, one of those two. It was like really serious, so he's been out for a while. Um, by the way, shout out to Colin from it's just Colin OCSC says peace and love from Orlando. Tough break for you all. MLS giveth, MLS taketh away. Yes, it does.
get out of here, Colin. Get out of here. No, I'm just kidding, man. Shout out to Colin. Thanks for tuning in, bro. And we got MLS is gonna MLS. Another super chat, Adam, $10. Am I the only one who still doesn't understand why Ramirez was subbed out for Barry, if I'm not mistaken? And why hasn't Ramirez played 90 minutes in this game, in any game this season so far? I'm gonna say he looks tired. I think he's looked gassed out every time he's come out. Like he's dragging his feet. I think when he's on the field, yeah, he's working hard. For the first maybe 60 minutes, but it's to me it's clear. Am I wrong here?
No, yeah. I feel you. And also, oh shit, he left. What
Bye, Edgar.
else?
Good thing he upgraded his internet.
That's yeah, that's good.
Come on, nah, buddy.
And what's it called? I just thought I don't know. I thought Barry was the wrong choice to put in. I still think they need to give Nascimento a little bit more.
No. It's one of those like if Barry's just like I don't know, he's like a joke, right? Like it's an ongoing joke. It kind of sucks, right, for him, but it's kind of like if you're gonna bring in Barry, you might as well give this kid the time, right? We know what Barry has already and what he's not gonna give us. So yeah, I agree with you, Chewy. I mean, we're getting way ahead of ourselves, but yeah, let's try to buy Edgar some time here.
The back.
There he is. How were you feeling, Goody, when before the game?
Confident. Was happy. Thought we were gonna win. Joseph Payne still came back. I know he wasn't gonna start. I know we were gonna bring him in as a sub, but I had all faith that we were actually gonna get a result. And then they broke my heart.
Sucker. Chewy?
Nah, I honestly thought there was gonna tie. Yes, Painso I thought was gonna be a big difference, but it's his first game back. I didn't think much was gonna come of it, so I thought I was hoping for a tie.
And let's go to the lineup because
Real quick, by the way, regarding Adams' question, I would guess that because they want to rotate the roster because they have a game on Tuesday against
that's another
Rangers.
good point.
So this begs the question, and actually, go with the lineup first, and then we'll talk about this.
You got it. So before the lineup, I do want to say that everyone saw that video. Everyone did know that Paintsill was officially back, right? I'm back, baby, in his words. But when we saw the lineup, there was no Paintsill. We had John McCarthy now starting in goal. Looks like he's our starting keeper for now. We'll get to that. Yamani at right back. We had Zanka and Yoshida center backs. Out left. The center midfield trio of Parente, Serio, and Lepley. Then we had Gabriel Peck out right, Diego Fagundes out left, and Christian Ramirez on top. By the way, freaking Fagundes, huh? Getting into it with people on Twitter.
It was crazy.
Is Edgar talking? I see him
What
moving.
no, I'm just shaking my head. Like, what did I miss? 'Cause I haven't heard anything.
Yeah. I don't know. A lot of people. I saw there's a specific. I think honestly, there's one specific guy who's not happy about Diego Fagundes.
Yeah.
And I guess Diego just pretty much has been going off on the guy and saying, "Oh, like, oh, it's all right. You can talk all you want. I save receipts. I'll see you at the end of the season." It's a bunch of whatever, man. It's not you can't do that, bro. Whatsoever.
Yeah.
Oh, another twinkle here. Thank you, Chewy. Damn, well, that timing was perfect. Adam, $5. I apologize, but was the penalty correct? Seeing different comments surrounding it. Thank you. We'll get to it. We'll circle around to it, and it might become an argument here. There might be people that don't agree in this room.
Be back in 20 minutes.
Come back. So now we saw the lineup, and I mean, was anybody surprised that Painsil didn't start? Was there any surprise in the lineups at all?
No, I don't think you'll bring back Pain still, especially with the injury. I think that was the plan, pretty much, just have him come in as a sub and have him be a game changer. That's my opinion on that.
All right, Edgar, nothing. I'm like waiting for Edgar to say something.
No, I was just waiting for Kuti to finish his thought and if he had anything else to say. No surprise, Paintil starts on the bench. Like I said, anything odd about the roster, you gotta start thinking about Tuesday's match against Tigres. So maybe they're saving Paintil for a either a start and they remove him at the half, or bring him in at the half for Tigres. So having him on the bench for this match to start the match, no surprise. I think the biggest surprise for me overall, and seeing the starting lineup and the whole roster sheet, was where the hell is Marco Royce? Um, um,
Injured.
I mean, I understand he picked up a little, injury or whatever it was, a little knock, but where is he? Um,
Injured.
I, the team, it was supposed to rely on him during this time when Puja's out. He was supposed to be like not an anchor, but an important piece of that midfield, and he's absent at this point. Um, and now I'm beginning to wonder, while he was an important part of that MLS Cup run, maybe we should have let Charlotte keep him after all, because the team could have probably won without him.
Mm, I'm gonna disagree with that. I've mentioned this before. I think Marco Royce was a big reason why like the evolution of Ricky happened in the second half of the season. Because I don't remember Ricky ever like saying anything along the lines of whether it was Vanny or another player telling him to calm down and actually listening. Like he mentioned to himself, like, "Oh, when we scored that last goal against LAFC or something, Marco told me to calm down." Like he respects him, So I don't think it happens without Royce.
Yeah,
And
fascinating.
we
He
also knew
respects
this.
Royce more than he does like the manager Benny.
Yeah, because he doesn't know who Vanny is. If you don't, I mean, no disrespect to Vanny, but it's like, who the hell are you? Like to someone that's coming from Barcelona. Oh, you're a Galaxy legend. What back in when? It's. I'm starting to sound like a dick, but that's kind of the way he can see it.
Yep.
So
And also we knew this about Royce, right? Like this was something that was a big red flag when he was coming in. He's a injury prone player.
yeah,
There's no doubt about that. So hey, this is things that we just have to live with. He's gonna play probably 10 games this season, and
yeah.
be injured most of the other ones.
Hey, I'm not honestly I'm not even mad at the signing. Still, for all I know, it's funny, but he has experience with injuries. He might even help Ricky come back from this. You never know how to get ready mentally. He despite him being injury prone along his career, he has a lot of impactful moments in his teams coming back right away, coming back from injuries. So it might help Ricky in that sense too. Maybe the Galaxy saw the future and knew Ricky was going to get hurt. Like, let me bring this guy that was always hurt so he can help him through it. The mental part of the game. Oh, all right. Damn, nobody wants to talk today. What the hell's going on?
I mean, yeah, you're right. Other than that, I mean,
Disagree with me,
that was,
Edgar. Say something. Do something.
I did disagree with you. You disagree with me.
All right, I'm gonna say something to get Edgar a little fired up.
All right, do it.
So there's this one player that Edgar had been kind of riding on a good high for a good little bit, and he hasn't really made none of an impact at all.
You're gonna say
And
Winder.
and and
Watch.
we kind of said it. He's nothing special. He's just
Winder.
another player. Yep,
Uh,
Senor Winder.
Winder.
Yep,
Told you.
Yeah, his game is winding down.
yep.
I mean, what do we expect him to do?
I mean, he
Right?
started on the bench.
Yeah,
You'll probably
exactly.
see more of him in the Champions Cup match.
Against Tigres. So
But anyways, let's get to this actual game. So three out of the four here felt somewhat confident, and I have a draw in here, but I wasn't feeling confident. But when the game started, uh, I started to feel better. I think we looked like the better team from the jump. Um, Before we even got to that first goal. Actually, no, that goal happened first. I'm lying. So I'll hold on that one. No, but I mean, I felt pretty good. One thing I do want to point out, and then another thing we haven't pointed out in the lineup, maybe it's not a surprise anymore, is Garces yet again not starting. But I'm starting to realize I kind of like Zancaleta. He's a pretty calm presence. He seems to know where that ball is gonna go before it gets there. Like he's not the paciest guy, but he just has like a magnet to that ball. His foot has a magnet, and he's very calm playing out too. And he could make like one dribble out. I think I like this guy, and I think I can see why Garces isn't starting for now. I'm not going to be 100% in, but I can at least put up the argument right now that Zancaleta could deserve the start. You know what, Zanka? Sorry, he's not Zancaleta no more. We'll start with that.
we'll start respecting them.
Yeah, we'll start respecting a little bit. Do you guys see a different Edgar? Do you see anything different as far as Zanka goes?
I mean, we haven't mentioned him at all, to be honest, which is what you want as a defender. It's the old adage. If you ever have to talk about defender, that means he's not doing his job. But we never talk about him. He's just quietly doing his thing, and that's what you want from him. And then, but then, do people do ask, what's up with Garces? And you got to go back and look at the look at a lot of the evidence, and he's made some really hard fouls during our inopportune times, and the biggest thing was that play in Portland that wasn't called a penalty. Can you imagine if they would have whistled that a penalty? Galaxy would be sitting probably dead last right now in the league. Well, I don't know. Kansas City's pretty bad, but yeah.
Shout out to Dayan. Hope you're having fun, buddy. Chewy, Guti, either of you, anything about Zonka? Anything like feel different?
No, he played solid yesterday. Or actually, I think he's been playing solid since he gave up that stupid goal against Vancouver. Um, he's calm. I would say he's calm. Having two veterans in the back was kind of worrying. Was kind of worrying for me. Because I didn't know they were both able to what's it called to go a full 90. Um, I think also one of the reasons probably why Garces isn't starting is because we have a game on Tuesday and he's probably going to be starting on Tuesday as well. So I'm glad he's actually doing good because I was worried. I think we were all worried because of how the fans were reacting how the Belgium team was reacting when he left and said, "Yeah, thank God, he's
Yeah.
gone."
Good
So it's
riddance.
like, yeah, good riddance. So I was like, "Oh my God, is this gonna be one of those players?" But he's doing good. I'm glad he's doing good, and I'm glad that we have those two experienced players in the back.
That's probably it though, right? It's that high IQ they both have, and they just complement each other really well.
Mm-hmm.
Like when one moves, the other one knows where to cover, and you don't even really need that speed because they're that smart, and they just know this game that well.
And I think also it depends who you're playing against, right? If you're playing against some really aggressive forwards, then you probably go with Garces for a while, right? You go with that aggression versus aggression. Orlando wasn't super aggressive, at least with us. They were playing very tactical, but not aggressive.
That is one thing I want to point out, by the way, regarding Orlando. because from everything that Mike from Lions Den podcast had told me, Orlando has been trying really hard to be much more aggressive and possession minded this season. And halfway through the first half, him and I were texting each other back and forth, and I was like, "What's going on?" I thought Orlando was going to be more proactive. And he's like, "Yeah, it's really weird." He's like, "They're just kind of sitting back and letting Galaxy have the run of the show."
Beat
So
aggressive, beat aggressive,
yeah,
But
beat.
going back to a little something that Eddie said, or that's pareja. Like he's fucking smart, bro. He's a very good head coach. So he just reads and he knows what the fuck he's doing. Yeah, he's just good.
Yeah. Now you got to give your respects. Well, we have a list of coaches here, right? That we respect. Our Schmetzers. We used to respect Vermees, but who
Vermees.
knows what the fuck is happening over there? Jim Curtin, where's that guy too? But anyway, 14 minutes in, I started to feel a little more confident. What a fucking beaut, right? That is
The whole
top goal
play.
we scored this season. Probably the best goal we're gonna score all season, in my opinion. Uh, Beautiful fucking service from Surreal. Hits Yamane on a dime. Yamane first times it, and Christian Ramirez. That guy is confident. What a finish, dude! What a finish by that man. The man is feeling it. That's 4 in a row, 3 in MLS play. Spenny, if you're watching, eat one because I picked the over in 10. We're on
I
our way.
I don't know, guys. Am I gonna be the one that says he looked offside?
Oh
Because I
yeah, we
looked.
don't talk about that.
Yeah, no.
No, but yeah,
Because
no, you're right.
he was offside.
If they didn't
I
call
mean,
it,
No,
it wasn't.
it wasn't
yeah, he
outside,
was.
but if you look at it, the ball's right there, his legs right there, the line's perfect, man.
Yeah,
No,
If they didn't call it,
look,
it didn't happen.
look, dude. Like we go on these shows, right? And we watch these games, and we talk about the sport, Major League Soccer, with the prism of like top flight football, right? In the United States. And in the end, you got to remember that it's still CONCACAF, and you have CONCACAF refs, and they're gonna make a lot of mistakes.
and they're gonna
And but
conquer
then
cup.
but then you compare them to the standard, which is supposed to be the Premier League, right? And Premier League guys make mistakes all the time too, especially on VAR.
Premier
Yeah,
League is
So
like the worst one out of all of them, bro.
so that was I think he was offside, but the ref was like, whatever, I'm a
It
bad ref, and
it
because he is a bad ref, he's a
he
bad ref. Everybody says it. Everybody hates this guy, but he let him have it, right? And I was like,
it.
whatever. At this point, we
Uh,
need whatever breaks we can get, man.
I think it's a tight one. That's all I gotta say. I think it's a really tight call from what I've seen.
I mean, seeing it on TV after seeing the replay, yeah, I could put up the argument I was outside, but it's like one of those things where they use that technology. Is it the Premier League that uses it where they put that
Yeah, they
fucking
put like this line. No,
yeah.
it's oh yeah.
The
So
plane.
they put
Yeah.
so I know in the Premier League they put the line, but in like when they play like any like in mostly like in the FIFA
What?
or you see
Like that wall, like
the
thing?
ball has like a fucking like a thing inside, and it
A chip.
shows yeah like a chip inside, and it shows like an AI thing, and it shows how the ball or how like the pretty much how the like line is before the ball
The
is
ones
played.
across the plane.
Yeah,
Damn.
So question: How is the rule? Is the rule the player if who has to be in front, the player or the ball?
No, as soon as the ball is hit,
yeah. As
the
soon as
draw is
Right.
line with the last defender.
Right. So who has to be off? Is the player has to be off, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So okay, so from just looking at the replay, he is offsides, but the ball doesn't go forward. The ball goes sideways.
It's lateral, then yeah, it's
No,
on
it's
then.
the moment that the ball is released.
No. That's
That's
what I'm saying. The ball went
Well,
lateral.
Chewy
The ball
saying,
went
yeah,
sideways. The ball didn't go forward. So does even if the forward is offsides, doesn't count, right? Because the ball didn't go forward. The ball went sideways.
lateral. Yeah, he wouldn't be. I don't know. I had to
I
see
don't
it
know. Then
again.
you're talking about like NFL where you have to do the back pass and all the other stuff.
Well, because I saw like
It's like one of those obscure
it,
things.
the way I saw it lateral. But what's his face? this fool was Ramirez was in front of the ball. That's why he had to kind of use his right foot because his left foot was he passed it. He had to kind of come back to get the ball.
You know what? That's an interesting thing that Chewy's bringing up. If you
Look at the replay.
backtrack,
Like
no, I
he
get what
passed
you're
it.
saying. Like if you backtrack and the ball's played that early, no, you're offside.
If you're forward, if you're in front of
I
the
mean, if
last
if that
defender,
was a thing, a lot more people would be doing it all the time. That people would find ways to exploit that.
Yeah, because it's the moment the ball's hit, and if your body's already ahead of it, yeah, he's offside.
so
He's
if you're in
offside.
front, so we would have to read the rule, right? Like we would actually have to read the rule.
Yeah, you have a
Chewie's gonna
computer in
bust
front of
out
you.
the MLS
Bust
book
it.
He
right
is.
now.
Do it. Read it word for
Do it,
word.
Chewie. Bust out the MLS rule book.
Let me look
Either-
at it because I'm
either-
interested to know if that's
What-
because that's hard to do though.
Rule
That's hard to do a
number
lateral pass.
7A in
The
whatever.
offside rule book
Yeah,
of
but
MLS.
yeah, I feel like if they had that technology where it shows like that wall and like that body parts, like shows you that you're crossed, like his knee or something would have been across. Feel bad, like God forbid
It's-
you're hung right and like you're always offside.
It's like I don't know. I don't think.
Damn, Eddie, why are you thinking about
what is-
that, bro?
I think
Hey.
one of my major complaints too is the camera angles that we have in like at the stadium and stuff like that. Like we don't have the best camera angles at all, and I think that whole technology thing has to play a big role. I think that's something that we need. Because
Well, they
like,
need the league would have to like the thing is it's expensive, right? The league would have to like make everyone have certain cameras, and that's like not fair because some stadiums are already built. They would have to spend an X amount of money to put them in certain places. Like even like the goalpost cameras are dope. Do you guys remember there's a traffic goal we won because there's a goalpost camera that they showed the ball went in from
Yeah, and it was
Zlatan?
only what ESPN that had.
Yeah,
it?
and only
yeah,
ESPN
on
had it.
ESPN.
See, so it's kind of funky like that.
Yeah, the only time we see like complete coverage with all the camera angles is for MLS Cup. That's when they have like 50,000 cameras around the stadium.
Yeah, but can we just give him credit for the goal? Like,
Oh, yeah.
either way,
Yeah,
whether
yeah.
he's
It's
whether
just-
he's off or not, the finish is still nice.
I like, as like we said, I think to me that is a striker's goal. To me, I think it was perfect. That was amazing.
That's a confident striker, and Christian Ramirez. That's going to hit over 10 goals this season.
That's what he's got. What 4, 3,
Three and 4 in all competition.
That's amazing.
Four goals in 4 games.
Yeah, Superman himself is feeling it. Imagine if you play 90 minutes. Oh my god. All right. So it's still after that goal. I still think we look dominant. The one bright spot of Gabriel Peck in this game came out shortly after that, where he cut inside, forced the keeper into a save, and the ball came out to Fagundes, hits the upright, and it's like, oh man, at that point I'm like, oh, we're gonna score a few on this team. Tonight's the night. I was feeling it after that. You guys were confident at that point. You already thought we were gonna win, Edgar. So you must have been like, "This, yeah, we're definitely tonight. We're definitely, man. Churro Fest.
tonight.
The magic's in the air."
Tonight's the night.
No, I felt pretty confident, but then the one thing on my mind was that I think we should have had at least one more goal before the half, because unlike last year, this is okay. We're in bizarro world, man. Because everything that the team did right last year, they're doing wrong this year. It's like backwards, like a mirror. It's like a mirror of last season, and so whereas last season the team would go down, let's say in a match, especially early in the season, they would go down right a goal or two. They would find a way to get back into the game and even win matches. And now it's the other way around. Yeah, they're a really bad second half team. They gave up a lot of goals in the second half, and so I was really hoping they would get another goal because I was thinking, man, if Orlando gets one, maybe that's all it's gonna take for these guys to like go off and start scoring goals like crazy because they can do that. And so uh, second half a little uneasy, and I'm gonna leave it at that for now. Yeah.
So you felt a little uneasy then going into halftime with the 1-0. You know, Keto started playing and after and you weren't like grooving and be like, hell yeah, put me on the smile cam. Here we go.
Keto. I was walking around, man. Wait,
I'm
wait.
not,
Did you guys like Keto? Is that her name? Keto?
I think so. I think that's how I say it. It was cool. The music was cool.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention. It felt like honestly, it felt like a DJ, like a regular DJ. Like I mean, I'm not knocking. Keto.
I think anything beyond this point is way better than what we had at MLS Cup with Warren G. So
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing that made me laugh. Right. So I'm making my way to my seats, and they're playing just regular stadium music, and they're playing that one song. I forgot what it's called. The one with the trumpets and everything that you always hear at MLS matches. Um, they're playing that song. Ba, 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 ba. You know what I'm talking about? That one. And I get to my seat, and literally Keto starts playing, and she starts off with that same song, which they had just played like 5 minutes earlier.
Oh, I know what song you're talking about, but yeah, I
Yeah,
can't
and I
remember.
was like, really, you guys gonna do that? And then I forgot what the name of the damn song is, but maybe I'll look it up real quick because Mike from Orlando messaged me and saying, "Hey, why are you guys playing our pregame song?" And I'm like, "What?" He's like,
so
"Yeah,
she
that's our
cursed us.
pregame song."
She cursed us. She knows what she was doing.
That's funny. Damn it. She was a double agent. Fuck. That's what happened. Oh man, and I don't know the name of the song, but I know what you're talking about.
He said it's called "Loyal" by Odessa.
There you go. Somebody play it. Copyright.
Fucking A, man.
Apparently, that's also Charlotte's like song too. Where they play it before every match. So Orlando and Charlotte, you guys gotta figure out who that song belongs to. Then.
I gotta box it out,
What do
dog.
we have? Like the Briggs? This is LA.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
This is LA. Our city, y'all. Yeah. I haven't really heard it this. Oh, we only play when we
Yeah,
play.
well, yeah, because we haven't won at home yet.
I was like, oh shit. Ah, mierda.
Bro, I agree with Edgar though. I think we should have left the first half with up like 2-0 to feel a little bit more comfortable. We were way. I think we were the better team in that first half. We had so many opportunities. I'm still I was still shocked on the whole the shot that Fagundes took that hit the post. Oh my god, that would have went in. I would have
That'd
left.
been nuts.
I
Yeah.
would have left.
Hey,
Me
and-
pago la luz y me voy.
and I gotta give I've done this like every week, and a little spoiler alert, but I don't think we played bad despite the result, right? And obviously there's key moments and why we drop points. So I gotta give credit to still to Vanny for going with these guys, right? These kids that we have been part of the club, but we hadn't really seen before. And Parente and Lepley, and they're sliding in nicely, dude. They're playing that system really well.
Lepley's playing beautiful. I love it.
So, again, I felt good halftime. Keto got me all pumped up. We heard the same song twice. Edgar's fired up now.
He got smacked by a churro. He's like,
He saw someone get smacked by a churro. I was like, hell yeah,
Yeah, it got me excited right there.
yeah, yep. But then here we go, second half. Second
By
half.
the way, Eddie, I just want to say I'd rather get smacked by a churro than to get smacked by a leva upside the head
Damn,
in a parking lot. I'm just
damn,
saying.
too soon. Too soon. I hope that guy's okay. If you know what we're talking about, you know what we're talking about. I'm not gonna get into it. But
we don't promote violence.
no, we don't promote violence. That's the thing. Dude. This ref, Edgar. Talk to me, Edgar. Talk to me about this ref. Do you want to you want to lead this conversation?
Yeah, no, definitely. When I talked about the ref in the midweek show, actually before going on, I did my research on him, and right away I was like, oh no, not this guy. It's the guy from last season's game against the LAFC, the one at BMO, at the Stank, right where Mickey Yamane was called for that foul in the box where
And
I
non-existent
think it was
PK.
Boanga took a dive, right?
Yeah.
And VAR was like, you could hear that he was mic'd up. VAR was like, you know, there's evidence that you could overturn that call. And he's like, I'm going with my call. Remember, he said it like that. I'm going with my call on the field. And he went and said they called it penalty kick, and everybody was pissed. And even some LAFC fans were like, well, oh well, you know. And apparently, in talking to Mike from the Lions Den, he said that they have beef with this ref too because he screwed them really bad in the match. Like I said, in a non MLS match in the past. And this guy, he's one of those refs that wants to inject himself into the match, and he wants to be like a personality, and you don't want that from your ref. But yeah, he has a very abrasive personality, and you bring him up in MLS circles, and everybody just starts talking crap about him. Um, Before this game, like Galaxy only had one win with him in 3 matches, only 3 matches, obviously, right? But Orlando, they're undefeated with him. They had never lost a game with him, at least in MLS is concerned. But once again, this guy doesn't like Mickey Yamane. He called him for that penalty kick last year. He gave him a yellow in a weird spot where he said that Mickey dove in the box against Orlando, and he gave him a yellow. I mean, how often do you see a ref do that, right? Usually it's like, get up, right? And this guy's like, no, letter of the law, yellow, right? And
I
then
don't
of
think it was
course later
Yamane. I think it
on,
was Alde.
I think that was out there.
Yeah.
was it Aldo that got the yellow? I
Yeah, I
thought
think
it
it
was
was
Yamane.
Alde. No, it was Alde.
Okay, but still, I'm just saying this guy, man, he's something special. You mentioned Chiqui Dracula. If you know, you know,
Yeah,
from Liga MX.
the slick back hair.
Yeah.
Wait,
No,
wait,
no,
wait.
he is.
Yamane got the yellow for diving.
Oh, he
He
did.
got hit inside the box.
See, I told you.
Oh,
Your
I
eyes
thought
did
it
not
was
deceive you.
Alde.
That was Alde, no?
I guess
Oh, it
not.
was Yamane.
Damn.
Alde had another one, but they didn't even look at it. But Alde was the one that dove. It was in like the left side of the box. Yeah.
Somebody.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then I felt at that time I felt like him giving Yamane that yellow was kind of like a makeup call for not calling offside on that goal. But later on, I mean, I don't know. This guy was all over the place. There was a group of Orlando fans behind me, and they were talking crap about him the entire game as well. So it just goes to show you, like, you feel as a Galaxy fan you got screwed. Well, there's nobody else likes this guy, so
Yeah.
we just had to deal with him that day.
So there's bad refs, and then there's him, and then there's Drew Fisher.
You guys
Drew Fisher.
Drew Fisher. You guys ready for controversy now?
No, not really. Do I want to?
More controversy.
I mean, the big call, right? The quote unquote big call.
The penalty.
I'll start. I'll start because of the unpopular opinion. It's a PK. I think he hits him. I think the play happens so fast. He does like that step or whatever, and Yamane hits him. Yamane whacks the shit out of him from behind. It just happens so fast, and then the angles are the best.
It was like a little
On the
tap.
replays. I don't think so, dude. I don't think so. Again, it's unpopular opinion, but I really don't think so. I think it's a legit PK.
I also think it's a penalty. From what I was looking at the replay, I saw a kick. I it's hard, bro. It's a fucking tower. I think the angles on them they're just not good angles. But I think if you just keep looking at them, there's like a small, what was it, like a kick you can say?
It was like a microsecond.
It's like it was like a kick, literally, and then you. Obviously, he's gonna sell that, bro. He's gonna dive. He's not dive. I'm not gonna say dive, but they're gonna sell that hard, and it's
he felt like he got sniped, dude.
I think it's a penalty kick. I understand, like you gotta put your foot in, but at the same time, you also gotta be.
I think
careful with that
okay.
stuff,
So I
bro.
think it's a clear PK. Guti thinks it's a soft PK. Edgar.
I didn't think it was a PK.
At all.
I think it was just. I think the fact that he called it like almost right away, like he was so sure about it, right? I felt like that was really odd to me because it happened so fast that at that point I thought this is a makeup call, and it's not just me. Okay, because like I said, I was chatting with Mike, right? If anybody
I
doesn't know
think hold
Mike,
on, before you go on, I'm gonna let you go on
Okay.
with Mike. I think it's no, I think it's divided. Like I think it is divided. It's not just you. So sorry, I didn't. I just wanted to make that clear. That I think there's a lot of back and forth.
Yeah. Green
My
light.
bad. Yeah, my
Okay.
bad. I feel like a dick now. I'm sorry, Edgar.
Oh, because I was gonna make that. I was gonna lead into that. But Mike, buddy from Orlando, he actually messaged me. Actually, I asked him, what's going on? Is that was that a real PK? And he said it was a weaker pen. I see the foul in it, but I would get it going the other way. It feels like a makeup call to me, and that's from an Orlando fan.
It's
So
it.
there you go.
Yeah, I had a friend who was watching the game at home who likes the Galaxy but doesn't watch them as much anymore. I asked him, hey bro, like, what do you think? Penalty? And he's like, yeah, bro, it's to me it's a clear pen. And like I said, it's just one of those. It's just one of those where I would like to say a freak accident happened. There's nothing we can do, bro. It's
Where you go, Colin, Orlando fan here in the chat. If that ref didn't call the pen on the field, I wonder if VAR would have asked him to check. And then he goes on to say, "I felt like it was pretty soft." So it's whatever, Colin. You won. That's how you're saying it now.
you're enjoying this, man.
I mean,
enjoying
it
this.
was a soft foul, but it was a foul
agree.
nonetheless.
Yeah, I agree.
It's funny. Like some Portland fans chimed in on that conversation, and they're like, "So first time, because what happened to them, right?" And then they're like, "This is MLS. Referees are so inconsistent.
Yeah.
You never know what you're gonna get one week to the next. I mean, and the personalities in this league with the refereeing are so weird, man. I like this is why I do those ref reports, because people are like, "Why you waste your time on that?" I'm like, I'm not wasting my time because there's patterns there, right? Like Alan Chapman, right? Um, you mentioned Alan Chapman to some people and they absolutely hate him, right? And then you look at his record with the Galaxy, and the Galaxy hardly ever loses with him on the call. And then you talk about somebody like Jerry Marufo, same thing. But then you get a Drew Fisher, and you're like, "Oh, this guy is a demon, right?" And this guy absolutely hates us. And other teams like hate Tory Pencil. Other teams hate Ted Uncle, right? But everybody hated Ted Uncle.
Yeah.
technical,
Everyone's favorite
But now,
uncle.
and then you have, and now you have John Freeman, right? He falls into that same dark area where you're like, yeah, this guy, nobody likes this fool.
No one let's just put it a topic. No one likes these refs. Either you're Alan Chapman, you're Ted Uncle, you're Drew Fisher. If you're a retired
like Alan
Mark
Chapman.
Geiger, you're a retired Mark Geiger. I don't go. You guys
Well,
are horrible.
I think it's one of those things, kind of like 700 defenders. Like if you know their name, it's usually not for a good reason, right? What does that name?
Exactly.
What does that name stand out to
Exactly.
me? Oh, that ref a great game for us. That's why I remember him. It's never ever the case.
I think in the history of MLS, I can tell you there's been like three good, like reliable referees, and two of them retired, and one of them left MLS to go to a different league. Like I think he went to Europe. So there you go. we got the leftovers.
I'm assuming they don't pay well. I mean, they were just on strike a couple years ago, so we had a DJ.
They should have stayed on the strike. Actually, it took us somehow. Actually, no, they were just as bad.
You should like. I wonder if anybody does like keep track of like all the blown calls like in recent history. I have one that stands out to me. I'll never forget, dude. Is when when Rolf Felcher catches the sweet chin music to the fucking face and to the head, diving in for the header, and then they just didn't even look at it.
Yeah, because he dove into the foot, not the foot into
Yeah, that's what he says, right? The head goes to the foot. What the
yeah, what the fuck?
Wasn't that the point of MLS? What was that? What was that segment they have? MLS Instant Replay?
Oh yeah.
Was Simon Borg, bro? Just gotta bring him back.
Simon Borg was the shit, man.
You gotta bring that guy back, bro. Literally, man.
His energy, man. I still bring it up long before VAR. Like I think it was like in 2007, 2008. There was a match. I think it was against Colorado, and there was a questionable foul in the box, and one of the Galaxy players went down, and the ref came over, and he was like telling him to get up. And as that's happening, right, the video board is like right there. He's like he can see the video board, and they replay the what just happened, and he's looking at it, and then he's like, he overturns it, points to the spot, and all the Colorado players got mad and they came over and they swarmed him. And I forgot who was the manager at the time. He's like, after the game, because Galaxy scored and they won, right? And after the game, he was like, he goes, that wasn't appropriate of the referee to do that because he had already made the call. He looked up and saw the video replay and changed it, and you're not allowed to do that or something like that. But I was like, huh? Oh well,
And
at
I
least he
think
made the right call.
and I think that I don't know if you mentioned. I don't know who mentioned it yesterday, Eddie. I don't know if it was you or Tony, on that penalty for the replay. They don't show the replays on those anymore at the
Oh,
stadium.
yeah.
I don't think they're allowed to. Maybe that's probably one of the reasons why. But it's just like they know that if the fans see it and they said that it's a soft penalty and the players see it, it's gonna get down, bro. Like
The funny thing is that we're in we're in this era where media is available at your fingertips. So even if you don't show it up on the video board, you can look at it
they're
on
gonna
your
look
hand,
up. Yeah, they're gonna look it
and
up.
you can immediately know right away.
And
And from the reaction of the fans, then you get that consensus.
yeah,
That
I
you know
remember.
consensus.
Yeah, but the players will get heated a little bit, but they also know the rule. They also know they know very well uh, any hit like that is still is still gonna get called, and it's unfortunate that it's in the box.
Like I remember, this is I think in 2022. This there was a play where Kevin Cabral got a red against Minnesota. That supposedly he did a small, like he lightly stepped on St. Clair, and he got an instant red for that, and they didn't
Oh,
go to
yeah.
VAR. And like I remember my friend was showing me like a video because they didn't go at the time. They didn't show the replay, and it was like probably like one of the worst given reds I've ever seen in my
He touched
entire life.
his fro, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah, he did the best he could to jump out the way and everything.
and it's like I remember seeing it like what's wrong with this guy, bro? And oh my god.
Good old MLS refs, huh? Some things
Look at
never
that. We had to
change.
digress just to talk about that.
Oh man,
It's therapy, though, right?
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, therapy to show that these guys are inconsistent. They suck. That's why they have chance for them.
Anyways, so
Yeah,
now,
nice chat at the end of the game there.
Ref, you suck.
and then the
No,
penalty, and then the penalty
horrible,
down
man.
Ref.
then the penalty down the middle. Tries,
I that as a keeper, bro, you gotta save that, bro. I don't care. Hey, dude, I'm sorry, bro. That's just too.
can't-
That's not a well taken penalty at all.
I can't though. Striker's advantage. I can't literally fault the keeper unless I could literally fumble it. We'll get it's it's a little hard to blame the keeper on a PK because PKs are meant to be the striker's advantage. So
I feel if it touches the mid of your glove, then you fucked it up.
yeah, there you go. The
If it touches the mid of your
spoiler.
glove and it goes in, yeah, you fucked it up.
Yeah, so we'll get to that. And so now we're 1-1. Right, the energy's kind of sucked out of the stadium.
Big time.
Nascimento now comes in, and how are we feeling now, Edgar? Edgar, you still feel like we can still pull this win off?
A little hopeful. I noticed that both teams had hit the post at this point. Orlando had gotten some of that momentum, and this is where I mentioned the fact that Galaxy is not a second half team because Orlando made some adjustments at the half, and they started to get some more momentum. They started to get the ball a little bit more into dangerous areas, and it started to get to that point where like, oh my god, I think LA Galaxy is going to give one up at the end of the game. Hopefully, they get a goal to maybe stem that Orlando attack. But man, God, I did not expect what happened. I don't know if you want to get into that already, but
Hold on. Before that, I got one for you guys. I went with a friend after. I went to his house.
Oh, a
after the game.
friend. Oh,
Hey, relax. Tranquilo, my friend. And he is kind of going off, like saying, and I wanted to ask you guys. I think at some point when Nascimento got subbed in, I think the formation change. Did the formation change?
Yeah.
To a 4-4-2.
yeah.
Which I think to me, I don't really care. I think he tried to put like two strikers on top. That's cool. You think the opportunity of bringing in two strikers, especially how we know how Barry is a bad idea, and then Nascimento, who's not really getting minutes in, like you think that's like, how do I say this?
I I think it's. I mean, I
So-
guess if you're Vanny, what else can you do?
Yeah, so the reason why he was mad is because like, why are you putting like two strikers in? Like, there's literally no point. Barry doesn't do anything, and Nascimento is like he's not getting time. It's like you might as well just leave the one striker on top and let Painstill and Peck do their thing. And so it's like,
Also, Barry and Nascimento are two completely different type of players. You might think to yourself, okay, I have these two forwards up there, and see if I don't know. It's like throwing darts, right, in the dark. See what lands. But they're two different players, man. It's different types of players, and somebody asked me after the game, how come we don't see enough of Nascimento? And I was like, yeah, that's a good question. I would like to see more of him because the only way this guy's going to get better is if he gets more time. I don't know if
Just
he's
come back
saving him
from
for
an
the
injury.
Champions Cup
yeah,
because at this point you got to bring out your big guys. Where you're in that point of the tournament where you got to start bringing in heavier roster. And I would have played Nascimento more in this match, but whatever, man.
yeah. So that's I forgot what I was gonna say.
No, I agree with you, Edgar, but I think Chewy was making the good point too that he's also coming
Yeah,
back
coming
from an
back
injury.
from an
We don't
injury.
know
Which
we don't
I-
know where his fitness is with that either. I mean, I'm hoping that it's that because that way at least we know he has the talent, right? And the only thing that's holding him is that injury. So let's be hopeful that that's what it is. I think when you crashed out, I think is when we were talking about Barry. It's like one of those things. Like at this point, if you're gonna bring in Barry, we already know what Barry can and can't do. You might as well had done Nascimento, right? Because we know Barry's not gonna do us any favors.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
are we gonna
the moment.
The moment.
The
That's
moment.
why I got quiet because I really. Let's get into it. Whatever.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this.
It leaves
I'm
you
gonna laugh.
it leaves you speechless, huh?
Extremely
Yeah, I'm
speechless.
gonna ask for words.
You know what? It's crazy because like I want to like paint you the picture exactly how I went through how I experienced this goal. I was sitting with Tony and Guti. I saw him. The ball was far as fuck. I saw him line up for the shot, and I said like, "Oh, that's too far, right? Like that's way too far." And then I was like, and this does like some Cristiano like type rocket, right? And then he hits the ball, and the ball's in the air, and it's like, I don't know what you'd call it, like an emotion, worry, whatever. Like I dropped my guard. I was like, oh, cool. That's it. It's gonna pluck it out of the air or whatever. And then I kind of just like, it happened, and I was like, there's no way. There's no way this ball just fucking went in. Dude, that's a standard like
That's
And-
that's literally your routine keeper like catch. That's
And-
how I see it.
and I don't know, like it's speechless, right? It's like what the hell is happening this season? The goalies have been a hot conversation throughout the season. Bad luck has been a big conversation this season too, but it almost seems fake, dude. It almost seems fucking scripted. It's just who makes it? The guy's won MLS Cup twice. The guy's I don't know. It's such a it's surreal, right? It's not costing us the season or anything like that. It's not a big game per se because it could easily just bounce back this season. But yeah, it felt surreal, dude. Watching that unfold. I don't know if I've seen that in person, at least in a pro game or anything like that. So
I'm pretty sure you have, bro. You watched David Bingham back then, so
no, not even them. That's the thing, right? You would expect it from like one of those keepers, and I can't even point something out like that from one of them. And this is, mind you, this is back-to-back mistakes in MLS play for McCarthy. So if you're gonna give
Miko
Miko,
through the middle.
yeah, and you're gonna give Mikovic that criticism, give it to this guy too. I'm not for one or the other right now, but yeah, you definitely got to give the criticism to him as well.
it's so weird. It happens so slow. Not, I saw it. It's just a normal save, but the way I saw that shot was like, okay, it's slow. He's gonna catch it, and next thing you know, dude just slips it on. He tries to go down, and boom, it's in. I'm annoyed, bro. I'm annoyed. I don't know what's going on. You know, like Eddie said, this guy has won 2 MLS Cups. He's was a hero in one of them. Um, you know, at this point, like I have like him. I have no words. Like, how do you let that happen? At this point, now now what I want to see JT Marcinkowski. That's all I gotta say. That's my last word. I want to see
On
some.
to the next one, right?
I want to see me some JT. Yeah, my you know at this point you might as well like if you're gonna rotate your keepers, go for it.
Fuck it, throw me in.
Throw and throw.
Hey,
I don't know.
I got a save today. Shout out to me.
No,
Edgar, the
and I-
floor is yours.
it just bothers me the way that happened,
sorry.
bro. It's alright, my bad. It's just it's annoying, and I was telling this to Eddie and Tony yesterday. We literally were playing so good, and in the last 10 minutes from the penalty to that, we literally said, "Here, there you go, there's your game. We gave it to you, like that, like nothing. We here, happy birthday. You know, you take it. You know, we don't care about it anymore." I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Like,
Take the floor, Edgar.
So, a couple of things. Like you said, Eddie, when they lined it up, they lined everything up right. You're like, oh, this would be a pretty standard. Um, Shot goes off, and then he kind of slaps at it or something, and it just drops into the corner, right? And you're like, for a second, everybody was just kind of like, what? Did that just happen? And then like I said, the Orlando fans behind me, one of them was like, what? Wait, did it go in? And then they got up and they looked, and they're like, oh my god, and they started cheering. And me and my buddies were like, oh no, he just lost the game for us. And while I'm sitting there, kind of wallowing, right, in befuddlement, because I'm not even really upset. I'm just kind of like shocked, like, wow, I can't believe that they're gonna lose like this. I got a message from LAFC pod guy, and he's like, he's like, now you are finding out about McCarthy, and I was like, oh man, and but then flash forward, later on, I get home and I'm looking through MLS highlights, and I look at what happened in the LAFC San Diego match, and at second, you're Eddie, you're talking about like this doesn't happen right very often. You got a guy, a World Cup, level goalkeeper,
player.
right?
I
And
woke up
Lloris, and you
winner."
see that second goal by San Diego, and you're like, what the hell, right? So I messaged the guy back. I was like, what the hell was that? And he's like, Lloris is over this team. He goes, he doesn't want to be here anymore. I was like, damn, bro. Because if you thought what McCarthy did was bad, that was worse. But still, going back to us, ah, this is a game Galaxy should have won.
No,
And that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah,
no, absolutely.
yeah, no, 100%. Like I said, I feel like we really just handed them this. It was just a gift and a platter, and here we said, "Toma, happy birthday."
It's such a gutting feeling because it's
I feel like I'm the one that got punched in the face.
because I think the team performed pretty well all around, and besides the PK and that blunder, it's just
Well,
what the
there
fuck.
was
You know, I
more,
wasn't
Eddie.
even. And something that I didn't even think about that you said is like I wasn't even mad. I was just like, no, like, and there's such disbelief that I was like, no, no way. It's yeah, dude. It was, but it's a gutting feeling. That's what it is. It's just like fuck, dude. Like, how does that locker room feel? Like you had to feel pretty good about the performance, but then you look at the score and you're like, dude, what the fuck? You know what? How the fuck did that happen?
This was another good performance that got wasted. And yeah, I don't know I don't know what else to add to that, but to rub some salt in the wound, by the way, right? Because there's still some time to play, right? The ref for like the last 10 minutes and change, there was a lot of stuff going on, and the crowd's all incensed, right? The crowd's like looking for anything that the LA Galaxy could get, to score or to get an opportunity for a penalty or a free kick or anything. And any time that there was an opportunity for like where a Galaxy player got fouled or it looked like he got fouled, the ref was just say play on. And at that point, the crowd's really getting worked up. Then there's the goal by Orlando, and at this point, the crowd wants blood, man. And any little thing that the ref was doing was magnified to the point that by the time the game ended, you could hear a very angry chant coming not just from the B blocks, but reverberating across the entire stadium. I saw as the ref was being escorted out of the field,
Someone threw
somebody
something at
actually
him.
threw something at him, and people were yelling at him. So you don't see that often. Even though we talk about the refs, you don't see people be so incensed that they're going after a ref like that. So I wonder. I haven't had a chance to see anything that was said in the press conference. I wonder if Vanny or his staff addressed the officiating in this match. Even if they did, I wonder if they said anything, they might get fined, or if the MLS disciplinary committee is going to look at his performance. I'm talking about John Freeman's performance, and then say something about it, because there's some fouls where you're like, okay, that's a foul, but then there's some stuff that happened it's so egregious. You're like, man, this guy really doesn't like this team, and he just wants the match to end as soon as possible so he can get off the field and say whatever, I got my bag, I don't care. So that's what it felt like to me at the end. It was like a mixture of shock and anger, but then at the end I was just like, I felt kind of numb.
I think for this one we can say that I don't think we can blame the refs for this one. Honestly, this was on us. This one was 100% on us.
You know what sucks too? Like that moment was such a huge moment in a negative way that it completely overshadowed the fact that Painsil came back. We didn't even talk about Painsil's return.
And he came when he subbed on. He got an ovation. Like people legit like were excited to see him.
He got a nice ovation when he came in. I was excited. Save us, Painsil, but it wasn't enough. Not his fault, but definitely wasn't enough.
Yeah.
We got another super chat in there. I see before I do these questions. All right, it's played an ad. I gotta give Nag money, so here we go. From Adam. Hey guys, who's the podcast from RSL for midweek show? Adam, big fan of your show. He always asks about the midweek show. Edgar,
Thank you, Adam.
That one viewer, I'm assuming it's Adam every week.
Hell yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Hey Adam, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. I'm actually going to be in Utah this week. Unfortunately, because of the way things lined up, I actually won't be able to attend the match. I'm leaving the moment that the match is actually kicking off, which is very unfortunate. But I will be there this week. So I reached out to our good friend Alex Napoles. He is from the RSL show on KSL, and you never know. We might have like a live in person preview there at midweek show where him and I are in the same room just chit chatting, having some cold ones or whatever.
Oh, man, I gotta
talking
see
about
this.
the match. So that'll be fun, man.
Hell yeah!
So I'll keep you guys posted about that.
Edgar, are you gonna have one for Tigres too, or?
I actually reached out to a Tigres pod and they never got back to me, so I'm really sorry about that. If anything changes, I'll let you guys know. But tomorrow I'll be traveling, so I don't know if I'll be able to get anything going.
Damn.
But it's 2 legs, so hopefully something for the second leg.
I don't even know why Guti asked. He doesn't even watch. I do.
I wanted to watch the Tigres. That would be interesting. I just want to see what they think about Antuna.
Edgar's gonna do a Spanish one. Noticias a través del Galaxy. El episodio de medio de semana or some shit like that. I don't know.
Los Ángeles Galaxy va a jugar contra los Tigres de una de Liga MX y aquí estoy con. Sepa nada.
All right, good try. All right, questions. Questions.
Why do we suck?
Wait, do we do awards or questions first?
No,
I forget.
don't we usually do the words first?
Awards first. Yeah, yeah. All right. Sorry. So awards first. I apologize. I'm a little rusty here, guys. I usually don't host, or I don't at least not anymore. So should we start with the bad, the good, or the ugly?
What?
I think we have a obvious what we can do.
You
We can
mean
do
any? Were there any
bad
BJs,
job.
man?
Yeah. I need to give a BJ, a well-deserved BJ. I'm gonna give one to Peck. It's another guy we didn't really talk
Ooh.
about. I think Peck he's frustrating me. I think there's moments where he doesn't have to take this game into his hands, and he chooses he feels like he has to, right? There was like a play where he was put like on a one-on-one, like on an island, uh, and he had space to run into. Well, kind of, he was running at somebody. Like he was on a one-on-one, he was running at somebody, and I don't know what he tried to do. He like cut into him, and just a lot of easy passes, in my opinion, that he gave up. And maybe he's frustrated, maybe, but this is not the Peck I'm used to. And for that, Pecky, I mean, how many times besides that shot we mentioned in the first half did you really talk about Peck? You guys got any BJs?
I'm gonna gladly give mine to McCarthy, bro. I'm sorry.
You-
Honestly, I was gonna give a game's off award to Peck because I did not see him at all yesterday. I think one of my main complaints of Peck is that, and I think Tony had mentioned it yesterday too, is he would take the ball and he would get like pretty much like beat and he would literally just throw himself.
Oh yeah, that drives me nuts too.
And that literally was like pissing me off. He was doing it a lot yesterday, and that's what was bothering me. I would like I just like to I like to think that the guy is low on confidence right now because of how we're pretty much doing. I feel like he thinks that he has to do all the work, not all the work, but he just has no one to help him out.
You boys
Yeah.
want to give away some BJs?
No, but just to add on to what you were saying, it feels like you said, he's been an island the whole season, but now it feels like he's falling into that Ricky Puig territory where he's trying to do everything and be a
Like play
hero, and
hero.
he's trying to play some hero ball. And it's harder to do that when you're on the wing and you don't get the ball as often. So you're trying to run back, get the ball, push it up the wing, and then you get like two or three defenders following you, and then you're trapped. And yeah, so it makes it really obvious for him.
But no, we
But no, Gio, what we got for
hold on,
Gio?
wait,
Well,
wait, wait.
is it gonna be anonymous for Gio?
Well, hold on. Let's see if Chewy's got a BJ, and then we'll go on to Gio. Chewy,
Uh, if anything, I would give it to McCarty.
damn, that's interesting. So Gio, I guess me and you are the only two that are gonna agree on the Gio. Edgar,
Wait, I thought we were doing BJ's here.
No.
A VJ bad job to the ref, man, John Freeman. Screw that guy.
there you go. Screw that guy, indeed. But I guess Gio, though, it's only me and you that agree. Edgar, it's interesting, huh? How could it not be him? That's the main topic of the game. At the very least, you walk away with the point. Your first point at home. If it wasn't for that moment, I'd pick any keeper that we've had in the past in Galaxy history, and I'd put them against McCarthy to make that save.
Even Diop makes that save.
Everybody makes that save.
I don't know who was the guy who was there before Penedo took over. Oh my god, the Italian guy.
Oh,
Forgot his name.
Curuccini or whatever the fuck his name
Yeah,
was.
Curicini. How about him, dude?
Yeah, that's a standard fucking save, dude.
Yeah, you think Curicini would have made that?
Even what's his dude? Who's that guy? Fucking Kennedy. Dan Kennedy makes that
Dan
fucking
Kennedy.
save.
Dan Kennedy.
Can you believe he
Oh
was
my
a Galaxy
God.
player? That's crazy, huh?
Yeah, for like a year.
Fucking Dan Kennedy.
Dan Kennedy.
Oh, right. Edgar Gio, same.
John McCarthy.
I'll give it
You know what made me laugh, dude? So like I said, those are Orlando fans behind me, right? And so behind them though, where was a group of Galaxy fans, and two of them were really loud, and they kept pestering the Orlando fans the entire game. And it's one of those things where like, there's people, they're cheering for the Galaxy, but then they see the visiting team's fans there, and they just start pestering them
They
and
get louder
pestering
and
them,
obnoxious. Yeah.
and they start drinking, and they get even more annoying to the point where you're a Galaxy fan and you're looking back, you're like, oh my god,
Does
lay it
not
off,
represent
man.
us.
I had one of those.
Yeah, right. I'm like, stop it, like lay it off, right? Yeah, but at one point he's all like, he pointed at John McCarthy. He's like, that's J Mac Daddy, J Mac, the
Oh
daddy, the
God
big daddy, right?
damn
And I'm
it!
like, and Atlanta fans were like, really? Okay, what makes him the big daddy? Because he won a 7th cup. He's the big daddy or something. And then after that goal happened, right, where Orlando scored, then one of the Orlando guys like looked back at him and he's all like, that's your daddy?
Damn.
Oh man. Oh man.
And I was like, yeah, karma, dude, karma.
Rightly deserved it. So that's their fault then. This happened because of them.
Yeah, they jinxed it. We should give them the BJ award, bro.
Fuck them. They don't deserve to be recognized, bro. They do not deserve it.
Watch these guys watch the show, and then the next game they see me like, hey, you were talking about it. Leave me alone.
Well, there you go. We made you famous, somewhat. So now I'm intrigued. You said you were gonna go with Peck, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Same.
And then you kind of win already. And Chewy, who you got for Gio?
Same. Peck.
Okay. I guess I don't know. It's like I feel like Gio
hard.
has to be. Well, I guess by my own rules, his game isn't really off because he's not great, right? So whatever.
Do we really gotta do the other 2 awards?
No, I think so. You got.
Who the hell are we gonna go for these other 2 awards?
That's what
I
I'm
think you
saying,
can go
bro.
a lot of ways,
Now, these are
honestly.
easier.
Yeah. I'm trying to see one or the other. So I'll go first. You got Heartman. Who do I want to go with here?
I'm gonna go Zonka.
Zonka's a good one. See.
I got,
Zonka's.
I got one.
Who?
Easy. Fagundes for me. He didn't stop, dude, the whole game. The
Yeah.
whole
That's
time
like.
he was in, he was just going.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks that he hit the.
He's trying to prove a
the
point.
post.
Oh
Yeah,
my
since he hit
goodness!
the
Look at that
post,
super
but he was
chat.
good, bro.
Do it, Chewy.
Que
Do it.
pues.
Do it. Juan Vargas. I agree.
Puta, ese número.
Cero miedo. Come on.
Hey, Guti, enseña las chichis. Chichis para la banda.
Hey, you know what? I would, but I don't want to get you guys.
Hey,
Yeah,
Cancel.
we're gonna get
for
demonetized.
$6, you gotta pay more than $6
Come on.
for the
Bro, you gotta pay
chichis.
20, dog.
Damn, that's it.
Don't encourage him, dude.
40.
All right,
40.
Don't settle for 20, fool. Oh shit,
Que pues.
that's kind of funny. I completely forgot what we're talking about. What were we talking about?
We're talking about
Well, Heartman word. You said Zonka.
yeah, it's Zonka.
Zonka.
And then Chuy said Fagundes.
I will go. Like, I did this last week as well, and I think he's now like he is taking on the role that I wanted him to take on. It looks like he's kind of more commanding the middle, so I'm gonna go with Surreal again because I'm liking now like what his game has become, and I'm excited for when everyone comes back, and hopeful that with Surreal playing the way he's playing, or Cirillo, I apologize.
Cirillo.
That this midfield is going to be even better than it was last year. Hoping that Sanabria is who they say he is. And all that. So, Cirillo.
Yeah. I even forgot that dude existed.
Oh, by the way, talking about Sanabria, Corner of the Galaxy mentioned something interesting that, what did they call it? A placement fracture, in place fracture. That Sanabria actually might be back in a few weeks.
What?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
That he's training.
They put like a titanium rod in his shoulder or something.
that he's
Every
like,
time he goes through like an airport security area, you have to
They have,
like,
they have to put him to the side and
Yeah,
pat him down.
yeah, they have to pat him down.
yeah, but that he's like training on the side and everything. Like he's doing non-contact stuff already.
Watch. In the next game he comes back, we get Drew Fisher as the ref.
Oh, why, bro? Don't bring that onto the universe, dog, man. Or even mention that name. We should ban that name from this pod, brother.
So who's got heart, Edgar?
Gee, you know, I'm gonna say Christian Ramirez. I know you're probably like, "What? So early?" But because I already have somebody else in mind for next signing, but I'm gonna say Christian Ramirez. I'm still kind of on the fence with that goal, but you know what? The fact that he puts himself in the position to score, um, and he's made it 4 games in a row, which is it's kind of sad because you want other people to start producing more, and he's the only one who's been really consistent there. But at least it's that shining in the dark, right? The
Mhm.
shining in the darkness in his pretty dark, dreary season so far. And I just feel like he's gonna keep getting better, and the team's gonna learn to play with him better over time. And I hope that he keeps it going, especially against Tigres. We're gonna need that
Gee.
because you're gonna need more than one goal, man. If people are saying, "Oh, get a goal and then take it back to them," like, no, I've seen it happen so many times. Where Galaxy scores a goal and then they go away and they get smashed. You gotta need at least a pair of goals, and then get that away goal over there. But yeah,
Jeez.
Christian Ramirez, man.
All right. So I guess we'll move on to the next standing, and I'm actually gonna go with Christian Ramirez, Superman himself. The guy is now showing up week after week. He's doing what he can with the service he's getting. Right. He gets one chance and he puts it away. So that's the guy that's doing his job. That's the guy's game is not off. That's the guy who is replacing the other guy that we asked to. Sorry, that was sad to see him go for some people. So Christian Ramirez, Superman, that standing. Good thing.
I'm gonna go with Christian Ramirez too.
All right. Chewy.
Same. Same. He scored. He's doing well. Back to back. Suck
That's
Penny.
Great success.
Suck it's funny. That's why I just say it just for that, Edgar. Go change it to Christian Ramirez just so you can stick it to Spenny.
No,
Who'd you got?
me. I already said it was Christian Ramirez for next. I mean, oh, for next standing.
Yeah,
Oh,
next
yeah,
standing.
we're on next.
Oh, Julian Aude. I feel like yeah, I would rather have John Nelson there because I feel like he's more he's more important player on defense. The team is giving up a lot of stupid goals right now, and I feel like somebody like him kind of stems that. But Julian Aude, he's turning out to be that player that we had hoped he would be when he first joined the team. Very reliable. And he'll get into the offense. He's not diving as much. I don't know if you guys remember that. Like he was one of those players like you brush by him and he goes and he falls to the ground and starts writhing. But no, he's playing a lot better. He's more confident, and I like that about him. I hope we get to see more of that as the time passes, so that when Johnny Nelson comes back, you have two guys that can play that position, and I think Alder can play the other one. So in case Yamane is out with an injury or if he's out for disciplinary report or whatever, you have that option there as well.
Nice. I'm not mad at that one actually. Actually, I did. That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Y
Yeah,
todo
some
eso
diversity.
porque sos argentino, shit.
Shit, boludo. All right. Question time. If you got any questions on the chat, now's the time to put them on there. Here we go. Baby G's, LA and Instagram. Love you guys. Heart emoji. Thank you so much for the love. We appreciate it. Nag photo shoot coming soon? Question mark. Oh, well, we have a photographer.
Hi, Danilo. Hope you're doing good. I love your work a lot.
There you go.
Yeah.
Guti needs some tasteful photos. Stay in Trucha. No Galaxy in Club World Cup. Why do Levas have a chance to join versus America? Anybody want to take that real quick? What's-
I'll somewhat take it and then I'll see if Edgar somewhat.
What's fair is fair. Fuck
LAFC
both of them.
runner-ups, bro. I agree. Fuck both of them. LAFC runner-ups when they play Leon, and America is literally number 1 ranked in CONCACAF. So it's
Fair is fair.
there's nothing we can do, bro. Even if we won MLS Cup, there's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
And I still feel terrible for Leon. I might be I might be here on my own little island saying this, but I'm just trying to see it as fair as possible, as unbiased as possible. I feel really bad for Club Leon because when they took part in in the CONCACAF tournament and they ended up winning the Champions Cup, right? And they advanced to the World Club Championship. At no point did FIFA ever tell them, you guys are not gonna end up being in this tournament. Just coming in. They even like had a ceremony where they invited them. They said, this is where the group you guys are gonna be in. And the entire time they were all pumped up about that. On top of that, their fans have already made travel arrangements to be there. Um, and it's something that has galvanized all of them, right? This opportunity to play in this big tournament. For a team like Club Leon, how often does that happen, right? You always hear about America, Chivas, the big
I
teams,
don't know about Chivas,
well,
but
in the past, I'm just saying, playing in a tournament of this caliber. So for them to get this opportunity, and then you hear about the whole thing with, Grupo Pachuca that owns both,
both
both
Leon and
clubs,
Pachuca.
and then you're like, that's really messed up because let
And,
me put something into
and
perspective that I
hold
mentioned
on,
before.
I'm not finished. I'm not
Hold
finished.
on, let me finish.
yeah, go
Let
for
me
it.
finish my thought because you're saying they're owned by the same group, right? Where else do you see several teams owned by the same group? Major League Soccer, right? All the teams are owned by the same group. Yes, you have the owner, quotations owner investors. They're actually just investors in the end, but MLS owns all the teams. So you have Inter Miami in there, right? And if another MLS club jumps in there, it doesn't that isn't that also a conflict as
Uh,
well because they're both owned by the same entity?
That's the interesting fact, right? Like if LAFC go through,
Yeah.
And here's what I was gonna say too, and I know this has nothing to do with CONCACAF or anything like that. Uh, Girona last year was on top of the La Liga, and they are partially owned by Manchester City. And originally, Girona wasn't gonna go to the UCL this year. I don't know what happened. I think they ended up somehow like appealing it, and they ended up letting them go into the Champions League. But I to me it's messed up. It really is messed up. Because you point out Leon, they won the whole damn thing. They worked their asses off, and why take him this long to say for FIFA to say you're not going anymore? That's dumb. It makes no sense. And I'm annoyed with the situation because
yeah.
to me it's fucked up,
It,
and I think that like I know the Champions League and the Club World Cup is a completely different thing, but it's kind of, if you think about it, it's kind of like the same story. Girona owned part by Man City, and it's like they still let him in. They appealed and they still let him in. I don't know if it happened or it's gonna happen, but I really hope Leon appeals. And I
They
and
already did, and it got shut down.
yeah, but I think they missed the window too, or something like that. They fucked up.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention as well. There are two MLS teams already in the Club World Cup because Seattle's in there as well. So
Oh
you
yeah.
have two teams that owned by the same entity technically, and Gianni Infantino's like, I don't care. But that guy is as corrupt
and
as the
yeah,
Yeah.
hills
exactly.
are. The hills, man.
I mean, it has happened though, because I also remember when Red Bulls, when what's his Salzburg and somebody else, they both made it to the Champions League,
RB
and then
Leipzig.
RB Leipzig
and
and
then he
Salzburg.
had a
Yeah,
pick literally, right? Which one you want to take? He's like, fuck, and I don't remember what he went with,
he
but
probably went with Leipzig.
yeah, so it's happened. It sucks. I agree. Like it's it's kind of stupid. It's kind of stupid for like it's to think like an owner's like really gonna toss games for one to win and
And-
whatever the like mentality goes behind people's mind. But the thing that bothers me the most is the timing, right? The timing. So it begs a question: if like did they not see enough dollar signs coming in? Like, oh, well, the owner's just not that attractive. They're not making as much.
at the same time, you gotta keep in mind, Pachuca's not attractive either. Those two teams in Liga MX, they play here, they're
okay.
not big.
That's fine. That's fair, right? But that's fine, and that's true and all. But the only out they saw was in Leon. Like, oh, here's a way to kick them out, right? There's no way to kick out Pachuca per se, so that's why Leon is like the one. Like, oh, we're gonna fairly kick them out. Again, these all like freaking conspiracies, tinfoil hat type thing. But
You know, hey, you know the shitty part too is that Leon went out of the way to bring in James Rodriguez for this exact reason, to play the Club World Cup, and they literally just
damn,
kicked them out, bro. They literally kicked them out of the World Cup. It's fucked up.
that's crazy.
And to add on top of all that, I forgot what the name of the team is, but there was a club in Costa Rica that was the one that brought this to the attention of FIFA, and they were the ones that pushed and pushed and pushed
Yeah.
and needled FIFA to get Leon kicked out of the tournament.
Snitches get stitches, bro. Watch your back.
What was it? It wasn't.
It wasn't. It might have been Alajuelense, but I'm not sure. I don't want to, throw them into
Oh
the
my
fire.
god.
Nah, burn him out.
Chewy, can I get the twinkle? No. No. There it is. Yeah. The Western Conference. Who will win the first game of the season? Galaxy, Dynamo, or Sporting?
Hold on, Eddie. Your audio sounded a little muffled because of the sound effect. Can you repeat it?
Oh, damn. That's cold. Damn it. Twinkle did me dirty. Adam, $5 super chat. Thank you, Adam, once again. Hey, guys. Of the 3 teams remaining of the Western Conference, who will win their first game of the season? Galaxy, Dynamo, or Sporting, Casey? It's not going to be Sporting. It's going to be between us and the Dynamo.
I think Dynamo.
Yeah. You guys want to know what Sporting Kansas City's record is? Yeah. In their last 13 matches, 0 miedo, 12 losses, and 1 draw.
Jesus, man.
They haven't won a game in like 14 matches or something. I was watching this past week. I don't know why I started watching Jimmy Mack and No Other Pod. That's like the guys that cover Kansas City, and they're talking about how like they came back against Minnesota, right? And they're like, wow, something positive to talk about. And I'm like, well, you guys, it was a comeback and you guys got a point. And then they're like, it's been a while since, we talked about a win, right? But I hadn't really paid attention until I went back and I looked at, their stats and I was like, when was the last time these guys won a game? And I was like, oh my God, it's been a long time since
You said 14 games. They didn't make it a playoffs last year. So you're talking about like last, August or something that they won a game?
You know what? I'm gonna look it up while you guys.
Because that's kind of crazy. If you look at if you think about like the time, that's passed, it's crazier than saying 14 games. Like imagine sitting in this pod and we're like, man, we haven't talked about a win since fucking August or whatever. I'm gonna guess August.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, totally.
Let me know how close. Let me know how close I got. If it's 14 games. All right, and then I'll move on to the next one. Ziggy E by Dust says, I just can't. Sad face. None of us can, Ziggy. None of us can. Jeb the Barber. Should we start worrying? I don't think so. Because there's still pieces that are going to fall into place. This team is still meshing. There's still people coming back from injury. We're hopeful that this goalkeeper's problem gets resolved. So you still have people like Garces who's can come off the bench. You still have Nelson who's or Alde that are going to be part of the depth. So worrying, no, I wouldn't worry too much. Stay in trucha. Galaxy turned heel. LOL. We get nothing. Let me see here.
Here you go. You ready?
Go for it.
The last time Kansas City won a game was a 4-1 win over Colorado on September 18th, 2024.
Damn, I was so close.
And before that, the last time they had won a game before that was way back in August, like in the middle of August against Orlando.
I was off by one game.
So they won only 2 of their last 18 or 20 matches, I think. At this point, when you take into consideration it was Open Cup and other tournaments, Leagues Cup. Yeah. So they've only won 2 of the last 20 to 23 matches.
Jeez.
Damn.
I will cancel this fucking podcast. Stay in trucha. Can we try out our third goalkeeper? I think we already agreed that. Let's take a look.
JT Marcinkowski, baby.
Mike Sosowski.
Hey, right.
Logan Jones, 01. Can Ricky Puig just play in one leg? Ricky Puig in one leg makes that save.
Ricky
Oh,
Pucho Raw, bro. That's for short.
we have another super chat, and I want to address this one real quick.
Go for it. Adam.
Let's hear
Twinkle.
it.
Twinkle.
Twinkles.
Twinkle.
Oh, there's balloons.
Hey. You know what my grandpa always told me. So I know. Si no hay globo, no hay fiesta. Every Latino, you all know what that means. Cochinos. Adam, $5.
They know what it means. They don't care.
Yeah, right. You still didn't
Latino.
listen, cochinos. Adam, $5. Any predictions of what coach in MLS gets fired next? I think we're gonna agree, Edgar. Go for it.
Okay. Well. I mean, before we get to that, literally, like I think like a week ago, I'm part of this MLS fan media chat where I talk to all the different podcasters from around the league, right? And I don't know why I decided to ask, hey guys, who do you guys think? We're so early in the season, but do you guys think anybody's on the hot seat? And everybody's just like, you know what? Peter Vermees, yeah, Peter Vermees, yeah, it's got to be Vermees, right? And then even the Montreal guys are like, yeah, it's got to be Vermees. And then somebody said, what about Laurent Courtois? And they're like, no, and there's no way it can be Laurent Courtois
Oh
because we all
yeah.
know that Montreal has to play their first 7 games on the road. Their other stadium that they play in, Olympic Stadium, Stade Olympique, is being renovated, so they can't play in it right now. And if anybody's asking why, it's just their winters are very brutal up in Montreal, right? So they just can't play games there. So they're playing their first 7 games of the season on the road, and they're not doing that bad considering they're on the road. And literally, like 2 days later, out of the blue, Montreal fires Laurent Courtois, and all of a sudden everybody's angry. All the Montreal fans are like furious at the ownership, which is I forgot the name of the owner, but it's the Saputo family, and their stadium is named Stade Saputo, and
Did
everybody's
you call
pissed
me?
off because it's like you had a good manager. What the hell are you guys gonna do now? But then once that blew over, all of a sudden everybody's starts turning their head and looking at who's next down
Vermeer.
the line. And of course, it's Peter Vermees.
But
And it's getting to that point where you're like, people are like, well, it can't be all his fault. What about the players that he gets? Hello, this guy runs the whole club. He's like
yeah,
the GM, the president, and the manager, right? And everything is made in his shape and whatever he wants.
He's like those 15. He's like those plug and play consoles. He's 15-1, 15 games and one. I'll give you one. I think who's gonna get fired. I don't know who he is, but I feel like they're gonna let go of Toronto's coach soon.
Toronto's
Robert
Toronto.
Fraser?
Yeah,
No, it's not Robert Fraser. He's
No.
been gone.
Oh, I'm sorry. It is Robin Fraser. He's the new manager up at Toronto.
No, it's
Yes,
not.
he is. Yes, he is. Look it up.
Really? That's interesting. Hold on. Adam, $2 super chat. And actually, yeah, that's actually something I was gonna bring up. Do you guys think Ben Olsen has pressure?
No.
no.
Really?
No, but no. I think I like Ben Olsen. Ben Olsen. If you guys remember the last time we played DC United, I think he was still manager there, and we had Dave Johnson, the great Dave Johnson,
It's in the net.
MLS. It's in the net. If you follow MLS long enough, you know who he is. He's the voice of DC United and the Washington Wizards, and he was saying how we asked him, why has DC United been so bad, for like the last 5-10 years? And he said, well, because the team has been trying really hard to save up to get their own stadium because they were told that they were not going to get any kind of public or financing from or any help from local authorities. So the team was saving up and saving up and saving up, and they weren't really spending on players. And so right when they finally got the stadium, now they started investing in players. And around that time, it got to the point where like somebody had to point at somebody for these bad results, and it was Ben Olsen. Ended up in Houston, and he did pretty good with Houston. It's not his fault that Ache didn't turn out as for them when they needed him the most, right? But I think Ben Olsen's a good manager.
Josh just sucks, brother.
I think he'll turn him around.
Suck your bleh. Robin Fraser is
You are right.
the coach.
You are correct.
Thank you.
So
You're correct.
that'd be interesting.
That is
if he goes next.
Yeah. That's a very interesting topic. Honestly, it's
Ask us in another couple weeks. I think it might be a little too
Yeah.
soon to tell.
But it's like Toronto has had a major downfall, bro. Even when they had the other guy, the one who used to coach the Canada national team, they weren't even good. I and I feel like I don't know if it's like the whole like because I know they were having like locker problems, especially when with Insigne and Bernardeschi, but it's like it's
It,
bad.
it all goes to their investors. They're they're owned, right? We say that so loosely. They're owned by Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment, who own the Toronto Maple Leafs and the
The
Toronto Raptors.
Raptors.
And they're a very sketchy company because many years ago, the Toronto Raptors played in old Maple Leaf Gardens, and the Raptors were like, we want our own stadium. And so the Raptors went ahead and started putting the plans together to build their own stadium. And Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment had a lot of pull with like local governance, and they blocked the Raptors at every opportunity they could so that they
Damn.
could build their own stadium. And in the end, they told them, you either sell the club to us and move in with us in our new stadium, or we're gonna block you guys to the point where you're gonna have to move out of the city.
That's some
And then the
mafia shit,
Raptors
bro.
owner was like, okay, fine, we'll sell you the team. And so now the Raptors ended up playing, with them for a while before they finally, I think the Raptors eventually got their own stadium. But Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment, they also own Toronto FC, and right now they're not really spending a lot on anything. They're kind of like just stringing them along at this point, and a lot of people, TFC fans and Raptor fans, are coming together and telling Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment to sell both teams to get to like find new ownership because they're tired of how they're being managed.
Hmm.
So that's a little insight for you guys.
Damn, Edgar knows it all, huh? This
For real.
this guy's like a living Google.
What about RSL's coach?
Oh, it's
Well, our
Volta
RSL is another
Reading.
team that has been put up for sale, by the way, along with
Really?
Vancouver. So there's the two teams that have been put up for sale.
Hey, Chewy, what the Nag fund look like? You live closer now, bro. Can we buy RSL?
Oh shit.
Name the
keep the,
stadium Chuyazo Stadium.
keep the super
Hell
chats
yeah.
coming. The Nag Bowl, bro.
No, bro.
Oh shit.
Chuyazo
Really?
Field
I'll
at the
ask.
Nag
I'll be
Bowl.
there. I'll be there on Saturday. I'll
There
ask.
you go.
I'll ask for a quote.
Yeah,
There you
please
go.
do.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I could coach, save us some money. Thank you everyone who submitted questions. Thank you for all the super chats as well. We appreciate you guys, everybody listening on the live and on the if you're from the future listening on the streaming services. Thank you as well. Do you guys have anything else before we start?
I gotta ask you guys this question
Go ahead.
before. How do you feel about Tuesday? Who do you think starts? And what do you think the game plan's gonna be?
I think on Tuesday, I think we see a similar start, one or two adjustments, maybe the Painstill and maybe the Garces sub, but I don't think it goes too well for us. I'll just leave it at that. Edgar?
Um, I hope to see Marco Royce at least return to the bench for that match. Hopefully, we get Johnny Nelson as well starting. That would be awesome because right now he was listed as questionable leading into the weekend. Um, Maybe Pinto starts. I think it would be great to have these guys, get some more minutes. Maybe have more of Mateos Nascimento in there as well because, like we said, this guy's not going to get any better unless you have him out there playing a game. I mean, practice is one
So
thing,
do
right? You can have drills and you can have practice and all that, but there's nothing better than being in there in a competitive situation. So I'd like to see him in there. As far as like my prediction, I don't know. It depends on how serious Tigres is going to take this tournament, or at least the away leg. Because and in one of the previous rounds they played in Nicaragua against Real Estelí and they lost, and then they came back and won the second leg, which was expected. But just the fact that they put out like a so-so roster against Esteli, and Esteli was like, all right, fine, we'll beat you guys, and they did. Hopefully they do the same. They bring that same mentality against the Galaxy. They look at the standings. They're like, estos majes, no sirven para nada. I'm sorry, majes, estos güeyes, no sirven
estos
para nada.
cabrones, no,
There you
estos
go.
cabrones no sirven para nada. Vamos allá y los
There you
vamos a
go.
chingar.
Mandemos el equipo C, right? And then like the Galaxy wins 2-0, and they're like, yay!
There you go.
So there you go, 2-0 Galaxy.
Oh, bold. Joey, you got anything?
Shit, I don't know, dude. This one's more difficult than regular league, but
Just yeah.
probably lose 1-0.
There you go. That's better than I think. Thank you, everyone, again for tuning in to a Sunday edition of News Across the Galaxy. If you want to find me, you can't. Find me in real life.
Nerds.
Kuti?
What he said.
Edgar.
Yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram. You guys check out my Instagram right now, Edgar Nags. I actually have some interviews I did with two Orlando fans who they hung out with Lars after the game. They were really cool, and they were saying really nice things about Galaxy fans. So if you want to hear that, go check it out. But otherwise, yeah, you guys can find me Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, Edgar Nags. Never to be confused with Eddie Nags, by the way.
Chewy, take us home.
You guys can find me as Travis J.A. Travis Ha on all my social media. It's pretty easy, pretty simple to find.
Yay! He did the thing.
This is LA,
Hey,
a city of
pretty simple,
love.
pretty easy. Thank you, everyone, again. We know it's getting late. Hopefully, we didn't keep you up.
I gotta go
And
pack.
Edgar's got to go pack. Safe travels, Edgar.
Nerd.
We can get up out of here, though, for myself, Guti, Edgar, and Chewy. This has been another episode of News Across the Galaxy. Till next time, keep on nagging.
Wu-Tang for life.
We want JT Marcinkowski.